Виходьте, 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 виходьте. Ой-ой-ой. На виходимо і одразу відходимо.
Battles are underway in the Belgorod region. Ukrainian special forces stormed a Russian border outpost near Popovka. Russian troops report continuous assaults in small groups. FPV drones and aviation are engaged. Aviation continues to work on the plantings. There are too many Ukrainians, one of them reports. According to Russian sources, Ukrainian units are now trying to widen the area of control near Demidovka and are actively moving towards Popovka. Ukrainian infantry groups are attempting to flank Demidovka, moving closer to Popovka. Fighting has broken out with border guard positions. According to Russian sources, the Ukrainian army has entered Popovka. The enemy entered Popovka in a group of up to 10 people. We are working to eliminate them. They use cassettes and FPV a lot. Now the enemy has also started using fiber optics, they write. The Su-25 attack aircraft of the Russian aerospace forces crashed during a training flight in Primorsky Krai. Russian propagandist Ilya Tumanov, who runs the aviation channel Fighter Bomber, announced this. According to him, both engines of the aircraft failed during the flight, leading to the crash. He also added that the pilot successfully ejected. Meanwhile, the Russian Ministry of Defense reported that a Su-25 aircraft crashed during a routine training flight. It was also mentioned that the aircraft was unarmed and fell in a remote, uninhabited area. A commission from the Russian aerospace forces has been sent to the crash site to determine the cause of the incident. According to preliminary information, the cause of the incident was a technical malfunction. A commission from the Russian aerospace forces has been dispatched to the crash site, the Russian Ministry of Defense stated. Su-25 attack aircraft remain one of the most commonly used aircraft by Russia to strike Ukrainian defense forces positions. Due to their intensive use, these aircraft have suffered significant losses. As of today, the total number of Su-25s destroyed, lost for other reasons, and damaged stands at 39 units. In early February 2025, the soldiers of the 28th Separate Mechanized Brigade shot down a Russian Su-25 attack aircraft on the outskirts of Toretsk. The plane had been shot down on the outskirts of Toretsk by a combined anti-aircraft missile unit of the 28th Mechanized Brigade and the 57th Territorial Defense Battalion using Igla manpads. Kyiv patrol police showed the first moments after drone debris hit a high-rise building on March 23rd.
На виходимо і одразу відходимо.
Робота ППО, ідіть в укриття. Школа.
Спускайтесь донизу.
Давай, швиденько, виходимо.
Всі виходять з води. Виходьте. Виходьте, виходьте, виходьте. Виходьте. Та беріть в руки просто. Спускайтесь, зачиняйте.
Ukraine's 47th Separate Artillery Brigade has received its first towed 155mm Bodana B howitzer, a domestically produced artillery system. The brigade's press service released photos of the new equipment, showing Ukrainian artillery crews deploying and firing the howitzer. The Bodana B is based on the artillery unit of the Bodana self-propelled howitzer, mounted on a towed carriage derived from the Soviet-era Gyatsint B gun. Judging by the images, the Bodana B retains the original .52 caliber barrel. Its weight is estimated to exceed 10 tons, requiring a Daewoo Novus truck for transportation. The Bodana B prototype was first publicly presented at the end of 2024, though development has been underway since at least December 2023. Introducing a towed version is not meant to replace the Bodana self-propelled howitzer, but to complement it, offering a cost-effective way to reinforce Ukraine's artillery capabilities. Towed systems have several advantages over self-propelled models, including greater survivability, lower operational complexity, and reduced costs. Last year, Militarny published an article in which estimated the cost of a towed Bodana at approximately $1.5 million, compared to $2.5 million for the self-propelled version. According to Ihor Fedirko, executive director of the Ukrainian Council of Defense Industry, Ukraine's domestic production of artillery components far exceeds the availability of foreign-made truck chassis, which has slowed deliveries of self-propelled systems. Producing towed versions eliminates this bottleneck, enabling faster deployment of new artillery units. Using the carriages of retired Soviet-era Gyatsin B howitzers, many of which were placed in storage due to barrel wear and ammunition shortages, is seen as a cost-effective solution. This approach allows to field new artillery systems more quickly while reducing production costs. Fedorko stated that the Ukrainian industry has the capacity to manufacture artillery components at a rate sufficient to fulfill contracts for 115 units within 2 to 3 months, around 40 systems per month. If self-propelled howitzer production continues at its current pace, parallel production of the towed Bodana could be ramped up to several dozen units per month. Since last year, Ukrainian-made artillery systems have been supplied to at least 6 military units, including the Army, Marines, National Guard, Main Intelligence Directorate, and a combined National Police Brigade. The Russian military targeted a French Breguet BR-1150 Atlantic patrol aircraft conducting surveillance of underwater infrastructure in the Baltic Sea, the French Armed Forces Joint Staff reported. It is reported that a Russian naval unit, probably a ship, started to irradiate the aircraft with a fire control radar. A Russian naval unit, likely a warship, illuminated the aircraft with a fire control radar. The Joint Staff described this act as a noticeably aggressive and unjustified attempt to obstruct freedom of navigation in international airspace. A similar incident occurred on January 19th, when a Russian S-400 air defense system locked its targeting radar onto the same aircraft type. Moreover, electronic warfare systems attempted to disrupt the patrol aircraft's operations. On January 14th, NATO announced the launch of a new Operation Baltic Sentinel aimed at safeguarding maritime infrastructure in the region. The announcement was made during a summit of NATO's Baltic member states, attended by Secretary-General Mark Rutte, Finnish President Alexander Stubb, and Estonian Prime Minister Kristen Michal. At the summit, regional leaders discussed the increasing threat to critical underwater infrastructure. Under the operation, NATO ships and aircraft are providing security, and a fleet of naval drones has been deployed. The Royal Netherlands Air Force also joined the mission in late January with its 5th-generation F-35A multi-role fighter jets.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.